Now that we have decided what you need to be patch tested to, our staff is setting up your patch test. While you're waiting, we want to go through what you need to do to make sure to guarantee that you have an accurate patch test result. For the next 2 days, you need to be very, very careful how you move and what you do. These patches are just held on with flimsy paper tape so that any sort of vigorous movement or activity is going to make the tape fall off. We do this because we don't want to use a heavy-duty tape that's going to irritate your back and make it hard to read the patch test. But because it's paper tape, you have to be on a mission to keep these attached for the next 2 days. And again, this means being careful how you move and what you do. So for the next 2 days, we would like you not to do any bending or lifting at all. If you do, what happens if you're at the mall, you drop your car keys, you have to pick them up, you have no choice but to bend. You need to be tuned in and say, wait a minute, I've got to bend carefully from the knees. If you turn to look at something, we don't want you to twist, we want you to turn the whole body slowly. Please get in and out of chairs carefully, get in and out of bed carefully, get in and out of cars carefully. As far as bathing goes, you will not be able to do anything the next 2 days except get a wet washcloth and get private areas, but every other area you're not going to be able to bathe for the next 2 days. We're going to ask you to continue to wear the clothing you came in with. We told you to wear an old t-shirt, or t-shirt, or a camisole and bra the next 2 days that you'll be able to continue to wear until the patches are removed on Wednesday. Now, unfortunately, this is not going to be satisfactory if you are going to work and you have to wear something nicer. If you do need to wear something nicer over the top of the garment that you came in with, it has to be a button-up garment, and you have to be very careful putting this on and taking it off, and you're going to need a person to assist you. So we're going to demonstrate that right now. Anna's going to help me using my lab coat. First of all, again, it has to be a button-on dress garment. We'll pretend that this is a dress shirt that she's putting on me right now. She's going to use my lab coat. Your arms should be slightly in front of yourself and down. The person helping you will slip one sleeve in, and then this one you try to move your arm as little as possible, just minimally, so the shoulders don't move, and slip the other sleeve in. Now Anna's pulling this up carefully so that she isn't rubbing against the patches as she puts it on. And then it can be buttoned up. If you take this off, you do everything in the reverse order. She will slip it off starting at the shoulders, again holding it away from the patches so that she'll slip off both sides on the shoulders. And once those are off, she can very gently slip each arm down. And I'm going to move my arms minimally here and off. So in that way you can put on and off clothing, but you will need help for work. Starting on Wednesday, and Wednesday's usually a pretty quick visit. It's mostly my staff. They're going to come in. They're going to make sure that all the patches stayed in place first. How do they know that? Well, the particular patches we use have little plastic chambers around them, and they leave a small indentation on your back to show that each allergen stayed in place, which lasts for about 10 minutes after the patches are removed. Once we're sure everything is okay and that we have an accurate test we can count on, each set of 10 allergens, which is a piece of tape about this big, they will outline with a purple surgical marker. Then they will take the tape off your back, throw it in the trash, and you're done with it. So you leave without the tape on Wednesday. That's mostly good news, because once that tape comes off, you can do anything your heart desires except get the back wet or sweaty. Still got to keep the back dry the whole week, and the reason for that is if even after the tape comes off, if the back gets wet or sweaty, then the allergens run together, and I don't know what I'm looking at on Friday. Starting on Wednesday, you don't have any tape on your back, so this purple ink that I just showed you will be on your back, and it can ruin your favorite clothing. So starting on Wednesday, you want to wear something that is Goodwill ready or dark enough that if it gets indelible purple ink on it, you don't want to kill me on Friday. But anything else you want to do between Wednesday and Friday, you can do. You can bend, you can lift, you can get dressed and undressed, etc. So, in summary, everything I've said so far boils down to three things. The first 2 days, you got to be careful how you move. Second 2 days, you got to be careful what you wear. The whole time, you got to keep the back dry and sweat-free. Now, one other small point. For people in school, you can't sling a backpack over your back the first couple of days either, so that can also be an issue. A couple of other things about patch testing. On Wednesday, we get you all in and out of here, usually within about an hour or so. I will come in and do a quick reading, which will usually be negative. That surprises people. These are very delayed reactions. So over the years, I tried to estimate, I think about 1 out of 5 individuals shows a positive reaction on the first reading. 3 out of 5 people, by far the largest group, are negative when the patches are removed, and with no other patches on their back over the ensuing 2 days, between the first reading and the second reading, they develop a positive reaction. So that's the largest group by far. So don't be discouraged if there's nothing positive on Wednesday. It may change radically by Friday. And about 1 out of 5 times your doctor is wrong, we don't find anything. What if we don't find anything? If we don't find anything, I'm not sure I'm smarter than who sent you to me, but you're making a strong statement by being here. You're telling me, number one, you didn't make this up. Number two, it's important enough for you to travel a long way, not once, but 3 times to go through this whole ordeal and get this testing done. It's important to you. So if you want me to, even though that's not what they referred you for, I am a dermatologist. I'll be glad to brainstorm with you on the last visit if we don't find anything on patch testing and say, okay, what else could this be? You didn't make it up. What ideas can I come up with that hopefully are new that your doctor hasn't thought about what you do next? Now, if you do come back positive, we will bore you silly with what you're allergic to, how to avoid it, what alternatives are out there, how to obtain them, and we'll go through this in great detail for you. We'll give you individualized notes that will tell you specifically how to do this, and we'll dictate a letter, whether you're positive or negative, back to the referring physician. If you have any questions about this, please talk to us further about it while we're applying the patches in a few minutes. They'll be in to get you in a few moments to finish the patch testing.